What's up, everybody? Tendo here. There's Hannah Warrior Princess. We had a really interesting start to today. There's a bit of a catastrophe here in Phoenix this morning. A train on a bridge made the bridge collapse, and so like half of our highway system is closed down, and that was a bit of a bummer because we had huge plans to go to the Goodwill BINS today, and we were able to make it over here, but it was a little bit difficult because we had to stay off the highways and just kind of take the back roads, but we made it here, so it's gonna be a BINS kind of day, so stick around. Hola, Señor Pantalones. ¿Cómo está? Yo soy Señor Tendo. No, you don't like the paintings? Lo siento, señor. Lo siento. Te amo, gato. Check it out. Very first find. A baby TV. And look, a Wii. There's the power supply. There's the base. Hopefully there's more of it in here. Yep, there's the sensor bar.
So this is the truest shirt I've ever seen. The purring scarf. That's so funny. It's playtime. That's Mochi. She always wakes me up by attacking my hair at 5 o'clock in the morning. It's a great time. Got some interesting things in this bin though. It's a vintage American flag hat. It's your casino. Great. A couple of vintage things in here too. I love to see dry cleaning bags. That means there's some old stuff in here, which is great.
All right, so check this out. Let me tell you why it's a good idea to make friends at the Goodwill BINS. I just found this weed that I just showed you, and then an old dude that's a friend of mine rolled up to me and said, "Oh, I saw you grabbing that weed. Would you like this one as well?" And basically gave me his whole cart. It's just full of Wii stuff. Wii Sports, Resident Evil, and then lots of Kids Bop, Just Dance, and then just tons and tons of peripherals. It's good to make friends when you go to the BINS. It's not always possible. There's plenty of places you'll go to the BINS and everyone there will just be an asshole, but luckily we don't have that problem here. People here are really nice. That's a near perfect condition weed. Well, that was not. The one I got I'm probably not gonna get because it's yellowed and ugly. The one he gave me I will. I'll plug them both up and see. Look at all this Wii stuff.
Holy cannoli!
Lawrence just rolled right up to me. He's like, "You want this?" And I was like, "Yeah, Lawrence, I'll take it."
Where's I haven't seen him forever.
Yeah. I don't think he left yet. He's here somewhere. Yeah, he hadn't been coming much either. But he walked in today and grabbed all this Wii stuff. I think he was gonna. Yeah.
Very happy. Aw, double edition.
Yeah. Pet Rescue and Wii Sports.
Lol.
Yeah, Lawrence is a good old dude. He doesn't really mess with electronics and stuff like this. What is that? I've never seen that peripheral. Wouldn't you be afraid for your kid to use that? They're gonna launch that across the room.
Gonna hit the dog in the face when he tries to jump and grab it.
But yeah, he messes more with, there's the insert.
Nice.
He messes more with like metal and yard ornaments and stuff. He has a nice old truck. I've seen him leave several times with truckloads of like metal work and metal tables and stuff. That's what Lawrence resells. But today he helped a boy out with a Wii. There's just so many peripherals in here. I don't even know what some of it is. All right, we'll put that in your cart, and I'll get rid of this cart. Whew. Sweating just digging through Wii stuff. All right, well, let's keep doing this. Actually, real quick, I keep seeing these. These are for those pegboards that we hang stuff in at our antique booth. It's all tangled up though. I've almost got it. Very nice, just to hang your screwdrivers in. And I almost forgot my TV. I'm definitely buying that.
I've been finding a lot of jeans to do my cut and sew projects with. This is a size 48, which is gonna be humongous for me to cut down into a size that's more my size, which is really great. I haven't really been able to find jeans that would fit me because I'm like a size 16 or so, and then these, with them being so big, I can really cut them down and it maybe make a 38 or 36 out of them, and I'm really happy about that. There's these two here. That'd be pretty decent. It's not quite contrasted enough, but I think it'll pass, and I'm excited about it. I made a pair of Wranglers that were these kind of like light and dark washed together. They looked really good, so I'm happy about that. Stocking up on jeans.
So one of the biggest surprises in the antique stores that we sell at is how well patches do. So this is some goofy stuff, right? But seriously, I've ripped every little patch like this off of just about anything that I've come across at the bins, and we've put a price tag on it in our booth, and it's sold pretty well. Now these are a little bit small and goofy, but you know, I over the last couple of years have actually collected every patch from here that I could get, and most patches that we sell in our booth sell for $2 or $3. I'll not be selling those for $2 or $3. Matter of fact, I might put them all in one little baggie and sell all of those in the baggie for, you know, $1 or $2, something like that. But that's one of the best things about the bins, is gathering stuff like that. Something else I've found is one of these extension poles. It's like a painter's pole, and this is it fully extended. And I wish there was two, because I want to make a homemade makeshift canopy for my van, and this is perfect, but I need two of them to do what I want to do. And so I'm kind of thinking that it might not be hard to find another one of these, so maybe I just go to Home Depot or Lowe's and buy a second one of these, and it'll be like getting 2 for 1. But that's one of the next projects I want to do for the van, is build my own little roll-out canopy. And that'll be the legs to hold the canopy up. So I'm thinking about getting that too. It's hot back here though. We're at pretty much peak temperature here in Phoenix, and it shows in the bins. It's pretty hot.
Dallas just beat me to the punch. He just like walked in and walked out, and he goes, "Hey, what's that thing with the big leather patch on the back?" I pulled it out, and it's this beautiful safari looking dress. I love this, and you can like take off the skirt and make it just a crop jacket. This is beautiful. We'll get. I'm taking a break here and going through all the stuff in the wee box, just kind of double checking it, making sure I know what I'm getting. And I found a little, you know, a little Ninja Turtle action. But there's a bunch of peripherals and stuff in here I'm gonna put back, because most of it's just like only half there, not really worth it. But I'm gonna throw all that back, and then we're getting this box full. Oh my gosh, check this baby out. Oh, it's so cute, but it is definitely broken. It's really sad. It's like all warped and everything. It's so pretty.
All right, brand new round, brand new bin. You can tell I picked this one because of the wee fit board. Are you kidding me? Third wee of the day. That's wild. I mean, I picked the one that had Wii Fit for it, because I figured that'd be the best chance of there being more video game stuff in the bin, and I guess that's right.
So they've got a bunch of flooring back here. It's not quite enough for the van, which is a shame. This may be enough, but actually what we're looking for is a giant rug. So I'm hoping to find one of those today. There was one here last time, but it was over there and it's gone now. But maybe we'll find something good.
Checking out these Wii's real quick. I've checked one of them, no disc. This one though, listen to that. I wasn't gonna buy it anyways because it's yellowed, it's bad. You can, if it's yellowed like that, don't buy it. But this last one, power, eject, bonus, Just Dance 3. I guess better than nothing.
Oh my goodness, look at these. Some Tommy Hilfiger craziness. I'm very intrigued how this works. Oh, it's a snap. Okay, got it. But look at that. These are beautiful. Also found another pair of Wranglers cut up. Doing good.
I also found this acoustic guitar, which is in just terrible condition. Just real messed up. I thought about getting it just to salvage some parts off of it, but it's not really that great. And then I also found this Marshall amp, which is completely busted. It's fried up. Someone left it out in the rain and stuff. There's leaves in it. Not really a great amp anyways, but would have been fun to play with, but I'm not gonna get that either.
Ooh, look at that. Oh wow, that's pretty. Definitely getting that. That's kind of cool. Who you gonna call? Wait, why is it a mouse? Weird. Okay. Hey, yes. Hello, beautiful. How'd you make it all the way through the Goodwill store? Make it to me? Ah, it's so pretty. It was only $3.29. I'd have paid $3.29 for these. Hot dang. How much do you think that's gonna weigh? It's very tempting. Soap is a hot commodity these days. Some pretty crochet blankets in here. Baby blankets, so that's not worth it. This thing is very bright. This one smells like pet urine. That's unfortunate. Oh, there's some of these blankets in here too. I love those. This whole bin smells like pee, so we're not gonna get any of those.
All right, well, that was a pretty quick BINS haul. We usually stay there a lot longer, but just with all that craziness going on the other side of town, it's very easy to set in traffic when something like that's going on. So we don't want to set in traffic for an hour, hour and a half. So we just got a big load of stuff, including that box full of Wii stuff. Hannah bought so much jeans.
So many.
We spent about $65, $70 today. But we spent most of that, about a little bit more than half of it was these jeans that we bought. I mean, don't get me wrong, about a third of it maybe was that box of Wii stuff because that was pretty heavy. But all of these jeans are jeans that Hannah's gonna sew together and keep making patchwork jeans like she does. Because that's been making us a lot of extra money lately. And that's pretty much almost all the BINS has become for us, making sure that we come here and Hannah gets plenty of those jeans. Okay, we are back home and we're about to do the wrap-up video, but I wanted to talk about one item specifically that we bought at the BINS today that I am equally excited about as I am disappointed in, and it's that guitar that you saw me pick up at the BINS. I have a long history of collecting guitars, working on guitars, you name it. I even used to work for a company where we facilitated the repair of really expensive guitars. We sometimes did the repairs ourselves if it was something that our shop was qualified to do, but we also sometimes would just transport very expensive guitars to a different facility that repaired. I'm talking one time, I think we did a guitar that was insured for like $90,000 or some ridiculous number. I can't remember what it was, but I remember at the time just thinking, man, that was nuts. So I'm telling you that to give you some sense of qualifications that I have to judge a guitar's worth, or whether or not it can be repaired. So there's this lady, and I think she was in Russellville, Kentucky, we would take some of these fancier guitars to, and I could hear her voice in my head sometimes saying, you know, I can fix this one, but that's beyond repair. That poor guitar that was at the BINS today was actually quite special. Now, it wasn't a $100,000 guitar like the ones I'm talking about. It was probably, if it were in like new condition, somewhere between $1,000 and maybe $2,500 at the high end. I'm also not sure what the year the thing was, but it wasn't a remake. It's a Fender Malibu, and so when I first looked at it, I was like, oh, you know, they've made some remakes. Is this one of the old ones? It's not. It's got the number 76 stamped on the neck, so maybe it's 1976. I haven't confirmed yet if that's the year. But it was an older guitar. It was just, it's quite unfortunately beyond repair. I mean, the neck was bent in when I picked it up. The neck was leaning forward. It had already been practically ripped out, and the neck was anchored in with a large wooden block, and that wooden block had split the wood of the neck. And so the repair of the guitar would have been more than the guitar was worth, several $1,000s, and that's unfortunate. So that's the bummer about that guitar. Now, the good part is that the neck was actually a bolt-on, which, if you know anything about guitars, you might know that's not always the case. Most of the time, guitar necks are glued in, or there's a big solid piece of wood that it's formed out of. It's not very often that you get an acoustic guitar neck that's bolted in like an electric. But you know, it's kind of a Fender thing to do that because they put these electric looking heads. It looks like a Stratocaster head. So I'm excited that I got the neck, because I'll kind of show you here that what I looked up on my phone. A couple necks very close to this are listed for pretty high amounts, and I think a neck pretty close to this is actually sold for $200 or $300. So I'm pretty tempted to keep this just because I could find some other guitar that the neck would actually fit and build the guitar myself. If you remember, a little while ago, I actually found a Telecaster body. It was not Fender branded, but I mean a Telecaster style body at the Goodwill bins, and I could pretty easily bolt this on there if I wanted to. Not likely going to do that. We'll probably sell it, but I'm glad I was able to salvage the neck from it, because no one else was going to buy this guitar there, and it's definitely going to end up in the trash. I just really wish I could have gotten lucky and that guitar could have just been a little closer to a state that could have been repaired. But that's still pretty exciting to bring home a $300 or $400 piece of wood. Just depending on how things go, I could maybe get a little bit more out of it. Another one of the bummers is that the original tuner on there is broken. But I think if you wanted to buy this neck right now on eBay, the one that's on there is several $100s, maybe $500, and doesn't have any of the tuners on it at all. So this is a good little find, and this is one of those special things that just because of my job history, I could say that I'm qualified to kind of look at or look for while at the BINS. So that's exciting to still be able to use those skills that I've long since stopped using or stopped being a professional in. It's nice to still have those abilities while at the BINS. The BINS is really a place where you can put your knowledge to use if you have it. So I highly suggest you guys, whatever your skill set, if you're watching our channel for any reason, if it's video games or just thrifting, go find your nearest Goodwill BINS and put your skill set to use, because you'll walk in there and you will see things you're familiar with, uniquely familiar with. You know, we get a lot of people watching these videos, and we get comments sometimes where they're like, oh, I saw that or this or that at the BINS, you should consider it, it's valuable. And it's like, oh, good eye, thanks for the tip. But the reality of the BINS is that everything that is in existence is going to pass through the BINS. So of course, I've got a lot of knowledge in my head from a lot of random skill sets and jobs that I've done over the years, but I don't have all the skill set and knowledge and experience with jobs that you have. So the BINS is such a wonderful place because you'll be able to go there and put your knowledge to work and dig through those bins and find something that you know is special. And I happen to know that this is pretty special. So I just wanted to share that with you and give a little encouragement that maybe you should go find your local BINS. I know a lot of you watching aren't here in America and probably don't have a BINS, but for those of you that the BINS is within reach, go. It's a magical place, and I love it just for things like this. Unfortunately, some of you at some BINS here in America, they kind of frown on taking things apart. They don't mind so much at our BINS. luckily, because I mean, at this point, as much as the guitar is worth, maybe I should have brought the broken one home anyways, but it would have been a waste of time. So I was happy to just be able to unbolt that. But learn the rules at your Goodwill bins before you go. Don't just assume you're allowed to do anything when you go to Goodwill bins, because every Goodwill bins has different rules. So go to your Goodwill bins, find out the rules, put your specialties to use. That's it. Let's get on with this video and get this bad boy wrapped up. All right, that was a pretty simple day at the bins. I think we didn't really push ourselves too hard and go to a bunch of more regular thrift stores, because honestly, we came home with enough to deal with. Sometimes while we're out thrifting, it's great to come home with all the good stuff. Just watch the last couple days worth of episodes and you'll know what we're talking about. We came home with stuff we were excited to have, we were excited to put in our collection, and even some stuff we were excited to kind of process and get ready to sell. But what we brought home today is work.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Because this is all stuff Hannah's gonna modify, right?
Yeah.
This is all this wee stuff is all stuff that's for resale, so we're gonna spend a lot of time putting that together. So literally, we've got to finish this video today and get to work getting all this stuff sorted out in the right manner.
I'll be barricaded in my sewing room for about 6 days. See you later.
We keep kind of just talking about it. We should probably do a dedicated video on it, but Hannah's been sewing a bunch of jeans together, cutting them in half and sewing them back together. Just really cool stuff. And every time she does it, they sell. So we just keep doing it, you know, kind of actually afraid that it's going to go out of style, because you never know how these things go with reselling clothes. But clothes are still our biggest reseller. Actually, I think maybe last month was about the first month that like our antique booths did a little bit more. But now it's going to flip back the other way this month because of all the extra jeans you're selling.
Yeah, I made about $1,000 on jeans in the last month.
Yeah, so no complaints. It's just, you know, I'm just trying to explain that today's one of those days where the video might seem a little bit simple, but it's because we got work to do. Now I've got to do some research and see if it's Lowe's or Home Depot or Walmart or all of the above that sell this particular brand of extension poles, because I'm just going to go buy another one. And there's going to be a permanent little rollout. It's almost going to be like a burrito roll rolled up on the side of my van and tightened down with belts. And when you unroll it, it's a tarp with these rolled inside of it. And you just take these, stick them in the tarp, and we'll have our own little canopy. I've designed one in my head 1,000 times over, so I saw this today and I was like, well, we've been working so hard on the van the last couple of weeks, it'd be a good time to finally do this. I mean, I don't have to get 2 matching ones. There's going to be 100 other ones that probably extend to the exact same lengths. But it'd be nice to have the same one. But this one was all but new and in great condition, so I went ahead and grabbed it.
That's so cool.
And if I don't end up using it, I'll just keep it for, I don't know, painter's pole or for my window cleaning kit. I used to clean windows for a living when I was a young man, and I've always kept my window cleaning kit.
I always know whenever you buy a painter's pole, it's not for the purpose of painting.
Well, it's just an extension pole. Think of anything you've ever needed extending. What she's saying is, when we were in college, my audio boom pole, like they have on the movies, it was a painter's pole.
It works.
It works great. All right, let's run through everything we got. Why don't you just kind of fly through those jeans by the stack and just say exactly what's for?
Yeah, I've got a stack of cut up projects and a stack of things that are ready to post. So basically, you know, I got a ton of Wranglers today.
That whole stack's Wranglers, right?
All but 2.
Okay. Here, hand me the ones that aren't.
These are all Wranglers, and I'm gonna put those different colors together in a way that looks nice.
Okay, well, so they're all blue, and you've got some black Wranglers and some light wash Wranglers.
I do, so they'll look nice and contrasted when it's all done.
Very nice.
And then 2 pairs of black Levi's. Anytime I find the black pairs, I always get them because those are harder to find.
That's pretty much what you're waiting on, right? You've got a stack of blue Levi's, and when you come home with the black ones, you sew them together.
Exactly.
I'll throw up some pictures just so you guys can kind of see what her jeans look like she's been sewing together, just in case you're brand new. We haven't talked about this at length, but I've thrown up a couple pictures in the past of what it is she's doing, and it's so funny because just about there's just a certain time of night where Hannah's just like, it's sewing time, and she gets up and walks to the other room and starts sewing them together. It's pretty dope, but we've been talking 2 neat ways to kind of brainstorm and sew them together, and maybe some other different ways and do some other cool things. Try to keep this thing in style so we can kind of keep riding the wave, because honestly, the app that we resell on, you're almost the only one that has them regularly.
Yeah, I mean, I did a little research to find if anybody else was
doing this kind of thing, and people are doing patchwork kind of things, but not in the same way. And there's like one big box store that does a jean like this.
And which one is it?
I think PacSun.
Yeah, PacSun has a real cheap version of what she's doing.
It just don't look as quality.
Yeah.
This is like hardcore 100% cotton denim. They are sturdy.
I think the other day when we looked it up, there was one pair of those PacSuns on the whole app. It was all we could find.
You know, like $40 for those, which is a fine deal for what you're getting. But yeah.
Well, it's cool. I really like that we're able to do this because, you know, it's kind of a perfect storm. We have the bins to supply doing this. If we were trying to buy Levi's off the internet to put together, there'd be no profit.
Yeah, no, not at all. Especially with the time that it takes to do them.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
But anyways, let's move on. You got some other clothes. What are those? Those are neat.
These are cool. These are probably my favorite.
Let me show the camera these.
They're my top 5 fave finds of the day.
You found some good stuff.
Acid wash Lee jeans.
Look at the back of that.
They're so cool. Very 80s. Pair of Wranglers that are already cut and hemmed off, so they did the work for me. Great. I'll do. Just throw that up like that.
Let me do this next one. I didn't even see that you got this.
This is pretty.
That is a very good one. We have a grading system, if you will, for Harley shirts. And this one, I'd say this one's a B, maybe a B minus. It's not great.
Yeah, it's not like amazing by
Well,
any means.
there's different categories of Harley shirts. And there's the kind that the hype beasts want to wear. You know, the cool kids these days, they're going to want them with all the big print and stuff on the front of them. And then there's the kind that, like, in the middle that are still kind of good, but like it's more like your biker dad, like my dad will probably want.
Yeah.
And those, and that's what this one is, like your biker dad would wear this and be happy with it. What's the city on the back?
Something Oregon.
Tigard. Tigard. Comment below if you're from Oregon, you can tell us how to say that. Those shirts that are kind of in the middle and not the greatest quality, we put them in our antique booth and they actually sell really well. We've sold quite a few of them in Hannah's booth. There's just a rack of dresses and Harley shirts, and then I hang some Harley shirts on the wall, real high, where only I can reach, that are just like showy so that people see them from across the room, and we've been selling a bunch. So that one will probably go in the booth.
Yeah, this will probably go up on the wall, so people are like, oh, they got really cool Harley shirts.
Yeah, that's a good one. We'll go over there and look at the Harley shirts. That's been working out for us really well. So as we've been doing more and more videos about our antique store reselling this, we've had a lot more people either kind of speak up and say, hey, we do antique booths, or hey, we're actually thinking about starting one because you guys make it look cool. So that being said, if you're watching, you do the antique booth thing, and you can source some Harley shirts, we would give it a very high recommend rating. Just super do, because there's some sort of crossover between people that are going to go shop at those stores and would buy Harley shirts.
Just throw them in there for like, you know, $15 or so.
Something like that.
It's a good little flip.
And if they're really, sometimes we put some really nice ones in there for 25 and they go. But those, you know, those are the cream of the crop ones.
The grading system.
Yeah, but if they're high on the grading system, I didn't really make this clear, we tend to put them on our resale apps like Depop or sometimes eBay. What else? I
haven't picked up a pair of Polo Ralph Lauren jeans in a while.
Right.
But they do sell. But I have only taken to getting the like best of the best. And these were a little curious because they got the big patch on the back.
Right.
But they're like, it's like coming off. And then it's got one on the side here. And I was like, maybe someone just DIY'd this. But no, the button says Ralph Lauren. Like, these are from Ralph Lauren, but... Yeah,
they are just a little weird. We bought so many Ralph Lauren over the years that it's weird that they kind of don't look like Ralph Lauren.
Yeah, they just caught my eye. And I was like, sure. I think I'm just going to sew down the patch a little bit better and then...
We probably sell a pair of Ralph Laurens twice a week, you know, so we get them when we see them. Now that I didn't see, you got so much good stuff I didn't even see. Show that, let me show that one to the camera. Bruh, that's so good.
I'm tempted to keep that one.
The original Squad. If that fit me, I'd be wearing it right now.
Hey Arnold is one of those 90s shows. When it was on, I would watch it, but I wouldn't go, oh my God, Hey Arnold's on! So I don't know if I can rep the shirt.
Yeah, you can't quote it as much as some of the other 90s cartoons that you watch. All I remember is, hey Football Head.
Yeah, I'm like, that's literally it. Olga and Helga.
I remember watching it and going, what is wrong with his head? What? Well, it was such a strong artistic choice to make one kid, make all of the kids look normal. And
everybody, why? Everybody else this is fine.
What's the backstory? Did it get stepped on? Is there a flat Stanley scenario going on here? All right, what else did...
Never eat raspberries.
Never eat raspberries. What else did you get?
There's a Hakuna Matata shirt for the booth.
Yeah. I've been selling kitty shirts in my booth. What else?
I got a pair of cut off Levi's. These need some work though. They are a little bit grubby.
Yeah, very dirty.
And I need to like throw them in a bucket of OxyClean, and if that doesn't help, I'm gonna throw them in a bucket of bleach and then make them white, and then just strip it of all its dirt.
There you go.
It'll work.
Brute force if all else fails.
Just muscle it. This, I am very intrigued by. This thing is really pretty.
It's very weird.
It is.
I spotted that one in a bin, and it was like, there's something over there with a really large tag. Show them the tag. And it's just kind of how my eyes work. Because when I'm at the bins, the things I'm good at spotting are like the Levi tags. I can go dig it out of, I can see it across the room in a bin. I'll go grab a pair that's buried, or the Tommy logo on the back of jeans. So I saw this big tag just sticking out. It was just about that much. It was like that. And I said, hey, go grab that. She went and pulled it out. And it looked like this, and we were just standing there going, what is it? Because it does come all the way apart, doesn't it?
It does. So you can have like a crop jacket or just a skirt if you want to.
Do you think you could wear it just a skirt? It doesn't look like it doesn't have any elastic. It'd have to be a perfect fit.
Yeah, it wouldn't hold up as well, and it'd be a little uncomfortable to have that end of the zipper digging into
It's got to be a design choice. I don't think they made that to be worn either way. I think it's, I mean, I know it works. I know it comes off, but like, what would be the point of that jacket without the bottom? It'd be a weird...
I don't know. It'd be kind of cute. You know what it reminds me of, though? Is it if Steve Irwin was a woman, he would wear this.
Okay.
You see it?
I see it.
Totally.
I mean, it's not actually khaki, it's denim.
Well, no, but still.
That is the more odd piece that we brought home today. All right, you got a couple more?
I have two more that are very, very cool. So I'm going to talk about this one first. I am not a sports fan by any means, but this is a vintage Bengals sweatshirt.
Wow, it is vintage.
Yeah,
That's the old tag.
Cliff Ingle is the brand. And I did a little research on it. They're somewhat collectible on eBay, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw it up on there.
Yeah, cool.
It's cool.
And then those.
I love finding Tommies because Tommies are always really fun.
These are newer.
They are a little newer.
Yeah, like last 5 years or so.
Yeah. Late 90s at best, but probably early 2000s. But
okay, yeah. Well, because the tag is older, but I was just going to say a lot of the stuff in the Tommy store right now, if you go in and looks like this.
Yeah.
That's why it fooled me. But, no, it is vintage. It is older.
They're really cool. Just that waistband.
Like we're in a big enough city that if you go to the mall here, there are Tommy stores. So we'll go in the Tommy stores just to kind of look what they're putting out right now and keep up with the style. And last time we were in there, they had a lot of jeans that look just like that.
They're pretty sweet.
All right, well, is that everything you got?
That is my haul.
Okay, that leaves my haul, which is just a bunch of video game stuff we're gonna go through. I already checked for discs. That was the only bonus disc. I showed these guys already.
Oh, well, okay.
It's not the first time I've got that as a bonus disc either, is the funny part.
Don't you have a case for that in this nonsense? Hey.
She's a smart one. So yeah, Just Dance 3. I also bought this little TV, and honestly, I was going to do the same with that. I was just going to put it back, but it got buried under some jeans, so we ended up buying it. But it does, I believe, have an external input. It's hard to say, but it's like it's a weird little jack. So, that's probably a headphone jack, now that I'm looking at it. So there's no way to plug anything into this, so it's pretty much useless.
Oh.
But I might just decorate it and put it on my shelf anyways, or
paint it yellow.
I could also, I've got some really small LCD screens. I could just take all the internals out and put my own screen on it and put a loop over there.
You know what you should do? You should put our car stereo in there, and then you'll have this little TV out of our car, and we'll have music playing out of our TV.
Sure.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Well, our car stereo screen's way bigger than that, so that's not going to work.
true.
All right, now let's get on to this big box of Wii stuff. I didn't buy most of the peripherals that were in there, but I bought this because what is it?
It's very strange.
If it's not meant to be thrown, it was a horrible design choice because all you want to do is throw it. We got 2 Wiis. All 3 of the Wiis that were there came on, but one of them was in super bad shape. It was yellowed and it was making noise, but this one's good. It is missing its doors, and then this one is pristine. So we're gonna plug them up and test them tonight and get them listed. Probably find of the day. copy of Wii Sports. The booklet's in there and everything, so either we'll bundle that. Don't we have another copy of that right now?
I think we have 2.
We got to get to listen to some of this Wii stuff. This was weird too. Look at this little radio flyer.
Aww.
Isn't that cute?
It's real cute.
That's pretty funny. I forgot about that. I just got it and threw it in the box. A couple of Wii wheels. That guy, just some more stuff I threw in the box. And then as far as games, there's nothing, I'll save the best one for last. But there's Just Dance. There's a bunch of Just Dances like Kids Bop. Just Dance for Kids. I've already got that. I've got a sealed copy of that. I actually don't think I have this, so that'll probably go in my Wii collection. And I do have this, so.
What is that one?
Pet Rescue Jumpstart.
Is the disc in it?
Good find.
It is now.
Good find. The disc is in, the disc was in the dance games. The rest of those dance games. And then Resident Evil, The Umbrella Chronicles.
Ooh.
Which I'm pretty sure I have, but if I do, it's fine, because we'll just either put this in a bundle or we'll stick it in our antique resale booth. So, there's one more, Kids Bop. And that one's a 2-disc and actually has the Kids Bop CD music on it.
Well.
And I think I don't have that. So again, in the collection. One of these Wii's had its paperwork with it, so that's cool too. I did buy those little patches. I didn't tell you about
sweet.
those.
Good.
And then more Wii wheels. Oh, this is a good one. I have some MIDI keyboards that there's a little bit of music here on the channel that you've heard that I've made. I never really announce it, but maybe 1 out of every 20 videos, there'll be a song that you hear on this channel, and it's some of my music I've made. So there's a MIDI keyboard that I use, and that's just a sustain pedal for it. That's all it is. And I had a really nice one, and I think in a move or transition somewhere it got thrown away or it got lost. So this is just a really cheap one, just small, that I can wrap around the piano and not really worry about breaking. So that actually, technicality is kind of my find of the day, just because I've really been needing one of those. And I didn't want to go to Guitar Center and spend $20 on something that I know shows up at the bins a lot.
Yeah.
Because all guitar, piano sustain pedals are almost all the same, but sometimes you'll get a weird one where the circuitry's reversed, and you'll plug it in, and it's stuck on sustain until you press it, and then it stops the sustain. It's a thing. You guys comment below before we go. What's your favorite thing that we brought home today? Was it the guitar neck? There's certainly the more random thing we brought home.
Very random.
Was it the itty bitty baby TV?
I think that's my favorite thing you got.
Well,
I think it's cute.
I've been trying to do a weird little collection of CRTs over here, and I kind of want to do something weird for maybe a monthly intro or some other project where there's like 20 TVs here, or however many I can safely get onto one wall outlet, or a couple of wall outlets from in here on a breaker. That's what I'm trying to say. However many of them I can safely get on a breaker, and then put like a different movie or cartoon on all of them, and that be like a month's worth of intros, because you guys know I change the intro on these videos every month. And it's coming up time to do one. So that's why I wanted to buy it, because I want to do that or do some sort of like, I don't know, line of TVs. But I'm not going to be able to, maybe unless I take that thing apart, maybe there's some way to splice one of the cables, video cables, and display something on it. I don't know. But I do want to do a CRT collage one of these days. So that will stay on the shelf until I get around to doing that.
You know why I like it so much?
What?
It looks like an astronaut head.
It looks like a head. You know what? I am not joking. When I saw it, I thought if I could get like one of those 13-inch figures or something, it needs to be the head of some superhero thing with a cape.
It does.
I don't remember the name of it. Maybe somebody watching will remember, but there's a comic book that my brother reads that has all these superheroes, and all their heads are like CRTs or computer monitors.
Neat.
So even if I did that, I'd probably just be accused of copying that. But it would look cool. It does look like a head.
It does.
You're not wrong. I had the same thought. But do comment before we go what's your favorite thing we got, and then also a couple things before we get out of here. Pretty please go check out our merch store, Tendo'sTrash.com. We sell a bunch of t-shirts and buttons. It's always really strange what sells on our website for no reason, but for no reason this week, a whole handful of you guys have bought a bunch of our buttons. We have Tendo buttons because there was a stretch of videos we did, I guess right in the middle of the pandemic, actually. Right when we were all locked down at home, I ordered a button maker and started making buttons, and I made a Tendo button, of course, and a few sold, you know, not a lot, but a handful sold, but like I just sold way more than we ever sold this week. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure how you were all on the same wavelength, but you were. So go check out those buttons. Go check out the other stuff over on tindostrash.com. And also before we go, there's this word that bounces around on our channel a lot that you probably hear, but probably if we're a channel that you just kind of leave on in the background and just listen to throughout your day, which is no problem with us. But if you do that, you may not always pay attention when we bring up the Discord. You probably hear that word a lot, Discord, but you might not know what it is. And all it is it's an app. It's like an app you can download on your phone, or I like accessing it on my MacBook, just on the browser. But discord.com. But what'll happen is you go down and click the Discord link. It'll take you to a place where you can just sign up with a username, and you basically can chat with us and other people that watch these videos and talk about your recent finds. And what I like to do on the channel is sometimes when we bring home something very specific that I'd like to talk about, like today, I like to ask if anybody's watching that's into music, is into working on instruments, or if we've got anybody that's watching that just happens to be a luthier and is actually a professional at working on instruments. Come over to the Discord, chat with us. Let's share some pictures. Anybody watching, do you own any instruments? We kind of have been on a little bit of an instrument kick this week. A couple episodes ago, we bought Pants is Crawling Underneath the Pants. Big floof. But we bought a couple instruments on like 2 or 3 of the last 5 videos. I bought a banjo a few days ago. We bought some woodwind instruments yesterday. Was it yesterday? Day before?
A woodwind and a brass.
And a brass. We brought a trumpet. And so come on over to the Discord today maybe and show me some of your musical instruments. I'd love to see some pictures of guitars today if you've got any. Don't feel left out if you don't. Still come over to the Discord and maybe show us some pictures of your most recent thrift finds. But it's also a good time to be over on the Discord because we've got a video coming up in less than a week. It's our 1-year anniversary of posting daily videos on this channel.
Happy birthday, Tendo!
Yeah, we're gonna make it a really big video, and when we do that, I'm gonna ask everybody over on the Discord for some questions for a Q&A in that video. So if you'd like to participate in that, if you've had a question that's been burning, if you want to finally ask us a question, the best way to do that is going to be over on the Discord. We'll be sitting down right here, scrolling through the Discord, answering questions to this camera. So if you're interested, join the Discord, and that's gonna be it, other than hitting the subscribe button. We just, right before we started this video, rolled over to 4,800, 200 away from 500, which means just a few days now we'll be at 5,000 subs.
Pants is very happy about it.
Yeah, he looks mad.
Yeah.
He doesn't love being held. Like, he's okay with it.
He's tolerating it right now.
He does like coming in and making trouble though whenever we're filming.
He was clawing the Nerf gun. It was getting loud.
That's going to be it, guys. We do post daily videos here on this channel, so pretty please come back tomorrow and check on us then and make sure we're still okay and we haven't buried ourselves in thrifted stuff. And until tomorrow, guys, peace out.